Hello, can everyone hear me? For decision support, can you hear me on your side? Yep. Awesome. Hello, everyone. If you haven't joined one of these before, welcome to the Decisions Lunch and Learn session, where we will answer whatever general questions, concerns, or issues that you may have with the tool. My name is Darren Elliott, and I am one of the customer success managers here at Decisions. I have previously worked for the support team, so I do have some technical knowledge of the tool. So any questions that you all have, feel free to ask them, and I'm happy to answer those however I can. If for some reason there's a question that I don't know, uh, I will let you know that that is something that I can take a look at off of this call, or we can submit a support ticket for it if we need other technical resources to help answer those questions. Um, so yeah, without further ado, does anyone have anything they'd like to ask? Uh, Use the option to raise your hand in the webinar, and we'll be happy to answer those questions. Okay, so Jeff, you want to know if there is a way to not include unit tests uh, when we copy a flow that has unit tests applied. That's a good question. Let me check to see if there's a way to toggle that option. Um, I know we have the option for including or excluding unit testing with the repository check-in and check-out. I'm not 100% sure if we do so when it comes to copying flows. Let me see if I have some information on that. Bear with me for one moment. One second. And just specifically when you say copying the flow, we just mean when we're in the studio and we right click and select the option to copy the flow, and then we may move a copy of that flow elsewhere, like in the folder tree. Is that what we mean specifically? So let me give me one quick second. I want to test this out. I think there's a way out of the box. Okay. Yeah, so you have the option to create. Check to see if you have a setting for that. Okay, so Jeff, for your question, I am researching with the support team to see if someone else may know of a way. I don't see a way out of the box, at least in the default settings in decisions, if there's a way to configure that. So my first mind would say no, but I'm checking with the support team now to see if anyone knows. If I don't have a response by the time we hop off of this call, I would say go ahead and submit that as a support ticket. But yeah, my first mindset is I don't think there's a way to actually exclude a unit test from that right click copy action. Only when you are making changes to a repository or checking in and out projects that you could exclude unit testing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no problem. That was a good question. So Wade, I apologize. We're having some technical difficulty on our side on Zoom. Even though I'm the host, for some reason I can't see the attendees to toggle you guys uh, so that you can reply vocally. If possible, can you send that question in the chat? Yeah, we had a bit of a rough time trying to get on. Uh, I had issues joining. It's Zoom couldn't determine whether or not I was a panelist or an attendee, and we got it so that it makes me the host. But for some reason, I can only see the panelists. I can't see you guys. Okay, no problem. Wait. Okay, so I'll read this out so we have it on the recording. So Wade says that I have a project with designer folders and flows and a folder for submitted forms. It was all sent over to Prod. Now you want to disconnect the submitted forms folder from the project. So nothing new gets sent over from that folder. But every time you remove it from the project, it wants to delete the folder and submitted forms from Prod. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So I need to take a look through this again. I think I may know what's happening here for you. Wait, let me make sure. Ah, okay. So you're trying to, so I'm guessing you did a repo push with that submitted items folder as a part of that project. You're simply trying to remove that particular item from the project, but when you do so, it tries to delete it from the environment itself. Does that sound accurate? Okay, gotcha. Let me ask you this. In terms of how you're deleting it, are we just right clicking and trying to choose to remove that particular object from the project? Okay. And it's asking you to remove the entire thing from prod. Yeah, that doesn't sound like expected behavior. Um, what I'm thinking is in the repository, or well, in decisions in general, we have a particular table. Um, it should be called the module resource table if I'm not mistaken. And excuse me, that particular table is what connects decisions elements to specific projects. Um, what I'm wondering is if there's a way for us to remove that association in that table instead of through the UI, and maybe that will prevent it from trying to prompt a deletion from that project excuse me, from that environment. So let me ask you this, because it sounds strange. So what we're doing is we're choosing the option to remove that particular folder, and when we do, does it give you a prompt on your screen afterwards to delete the item, or how do we know that it's trying to delete that item from the prod environment specifically? If you can answer that for me. Forces you to. Hmm. Oh, it's a prompt. Okay, so you choose to remove the item from the project, and then after you do that, you get a prompt asking like, "Are you sure you want to delete this item from the environment?" or something along those lines. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound like expected behavior to me. Removal from a project should only do so from the project and not from the entire environment. What version are you currently running? Wait, if you don't mind me asking. 812. Okay, give me one quick second. Let me double check and make sure that we don't have a uh oh wait, that's a repo. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, let me know what environment you have for the 812.733, 812.701. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I noticed here with your versions is it looks like the revisions are different between um your repo and your environment. Do we know if there was a patch that was applied to either of these? I know sometimes when the repo and environment versions are mismatched, that can cause problems on check-ins and checkouts, though that's still a little weird for it to prompts you to delete the item completely. No password sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Wait, what I would do if you haven't already, go ahead and submit a ticket to this, submit that particular issue to this email address if you haven't already to submit a support ticket. This doesn't seem like expected behavior. It's my personal opinion is it looks like a bug. You shouldn't be prompted to delete an item if you're just removing it from a project. And what I'm thinking is, as a workaround, what we'll probably end up doing is seeing if we can go into that module resource table and deleting that relationship to that project from the module resource table and see if that serves as a workaround. But that, yeah, that's not expected behavior. You should only be able to it should only prompt you to remove an item from a project. So yeah, that's a good catch. That's that makes project management really difficult. So yeah, that seems like a bug to me. And if we're catching that now, then I definitely like for us to get in a developer ticket so we can get that solved. But the support team should be able to help you with accessing that table and manually removing the project that way so it doesn't delete the item. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to help. Currently, did either of you have any other questions? Questions, concerns, anything else I can help out with? Okay, two other questions from you guys. Okay, so Jeff says the format of object IDs change with the V8 from a GUID style to a new format. And you want to know what that new format is specifically. Yes, good question. So Jeff, this is definitely a support ticket question. That's something that I believe the product team may be able to answer before me. I'm not sure what that format is called specifically, or if they haven't informed us of what they changed that format to. But what'll happen is if you submit a ticket for that, the support team will reach out to the devs and they can get a better answer for you in a more timely manner. I'm not sure myself what that change is in terms of the formatting from the GUID. Question from yeah, yeah, it's a good question. I'm interested in the answer to that as well. I know they made quite a few changes. Did you happen to go from you're saying that the change was made in V8? Did you move from version 6 and older, or did you guys come from 7 to 8? Oh yeah, that's a major change between major versions. So we've used Wiz up until 7, and for some reason we switched in 8.12. So yeah, I throw that in a support ticket and we can find out from the product team. Okay. Yeah, Wade, if you have another one, feel free to shoot. On an in Okay, on an inform session step, the open in new window checkbox doesn't open in new window. Huh. On an inform session step. Okay. Let me see. Let me take a quick peek at that myself. And you don't have to do so just yet. But wait, is there a ticket out for this already, or is this something that you just noticed? Just noticed yesterday. Okay. Let me take a look really quickly. Okay. And let me try something really quickly. Okay, I see the option that you're talking about. So let me run a quick test. Yeah, I'll say in my time, I haven't used informed session steps very often. So let me see what I can produce. Opening the window, yep. And then to display messages, close the window dialog. Navigate to a specific folder page, open URL. Okay. So just from a quick test on my side, I think I see the same thing that you're seeing, but I think we may also both be in the same boat where we may not be using this step correctly based off of how the step is described in the tool. I'm pretty sure we're doing it right. So let me ask you this, Wade, in terms of the setup. Um, uh, do we just have the informed session step as the last step in the process, or how is it? Okay, yeah, I'm doing the same thing in mine, and it's definitely not opening to the URL. Okay, so yeah, at least from what I'm seeing, I can produce the same behavior. What I'm thinking is that yeah, either for some reason we're doing this incorrectly and this isn't as straightforward as it seems like it needs to be, or there may be a bug with this step. Um, and let me see. Wait, what version are you running of Decisions? I should be in the latest 8.14 myself. Yep. Same. Okay. Okay, 8.12. Okay, I'm seeing it 8.14 as well. So my guess is that this may not be, maybe we're not using this step correctly. I'll say it's probably that before I straight up say that it's a bug. Wait, can, if you don't mind, can you shoot me your email in the chat? And what I'll do is I like to work this myself, see if I can find the right way to use this if that's the case. And if for some reason it's not, and this looks like a bug, Okay, heritage. Okay, cool. So what I'll do is I'll work on this a bit myself to see if this is just a matter of us incorrectly using this step, or if I find out that it's a bug. What I'll do is I'll reach back out to you via the same email, and what we'll do is we'll get a support ticket submitted for it. And since I've already tested it, that should negate the need for them to try to recreate locally, and then they can go ahead and get it submitted as a bug. But yeah, this is I'm seeing the same thing that you're seeing in terms of the URL not opening up in a new window. So uh, potentially a bug, but I'd like to I'd like to confirm that first before I go ahead and start the process with getting that resolved by the devs. Okay, awesome. Sounds good. And it looks like Jeff had to drop. Um, say that's all you got. Okay. Sounds good. Do we have anyone else? Um, nah, just okay, so just Wade and Jeff. Um, okay. Adrian, do you think we want to go ahead and call it since it's
Yeah, let's call it.
okay. All right, sounds good. Yep. Thank you for joining, Wade. Happy to answer the questions that you guys have if you're still on. And thanks for joining. Feel free to join next time. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. All right, bye everybody.